Metro Weather Watch, evening update for the Evansville metro area and surrounding tri-state communities, with meteorologist Nathan Kitchens.
Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well on this Tuesday evening. Hope you're staying warm out there. Thank you for tuning in to Metro Weather Watch evening update on this Tuesday, March the 14th. This update is brought to you by Vinny's Auto Detail. Visit them for high quality window tinting and auto detailing at very reasonable prices. Visit them at their two locations here in Evansville. Give Donnie a call at 812-471-4900. They're located at 950 North Congress Avenue. Also visit them at their Mount Vernon, Indiana location as well. And be sure to tell them that Metro Weather Watch sent you. Okay, so looking at our almanac today, another very cold day. We were in the 30s yesterday, and once again today we managed to not get out of the 30s once again, so way below normal, a high of 38 degrees, low this morning at 28. The lows are going to be even colder over the next few mornings thanks to clearing skies and some reinforcing cold air now into the area. And again, looking at our record high was actually set 5 years ago today in 2012 of 82 degrees. Remember that month of March was a record-breaking warm March across the area with the warmest March on record, but certainly a much different story here this week with cold weather in place. And we technically haven't picked up any precipitation, although we are seeing some scattered snow showers moving through the area as well. And we're still doing pretty well in the rainfall so far this month, just over 2.5 inches of rainfall in the rain bucket so far. And the cold temperatures are going to continue for us. We've already seen these very cold nights over the past several nights, and we're going to see temperatures tonight and tomorrow night dropping into the upper teens to around 20. So this is a widespread, very hard, damaging freeze. Really, at this point, I don't think there's much you can do to save all the the blooms on the trees. I know I was out driving around today, and I saw a magnolia tree that just looked brown. The blooms, I mean, it's sad to see those beautiful blooms just completely, the frost has just completely taken over and just really done a lot of damage. So it is hard to see some of the damage that's already occurring just from this very cold weather. When you get temperatures down this low, it's very difficult for these blooms and buds to survive. I know some are hardier than others, so it kind of depends. But yeah, it certainly is very devastating for some of the early budding and flowering trees. Hopefully we can avoid any serious damage to the fruit trees, so we'll see how that goes. But also we had some snowfall out there yesterday. We picked up 7/10 of an inch out there yesterday. It certainly made for a nice little scene for a while yesterday around midday, that snow coming down. But hey, let's put our snow total for the season now up to 1.4 inches. I know that isn't much, but at least we finally exceeded the 1 inch mark. That's something, because it didn't look like we would even get over 1 inch for the whole season, but we finally had 1.4 inches for the whole winter, which again is still way below average. About 11 inches still below normal, what we typically see in the winter. And we're seeing some spotty light accumulations this evening. So far, Evansville has missed out on this activity. It's very sporadic, but I know we've had some reports actually coming in of some rooftops getting coated in western Kentucky and even southern Illinois, a little more numerous out there. So just be mindful of this. Most of this will start to dissipate over the next few hours, but could briefly limit the visibility and put down a light coating in spots, but most of this won't cause issues, and it's going to wind down through the evening as we're losing that daytime instability by the sun to drive the snow shower activity. So we'll see clearing skies later tonight with lows falling around 19 degrees for Evansville and really most of our area. So just a frigid night, and the wind chills will be even colder with that wind slowly relaxing. Wednesday will be a nice looking day. Keyword is looked, because it's going to be cold out there with temperatures once again. So this will be our third day in a row with highs in the 30s. That's impressive for mid-March, especially when you think about we had the warmest February on record in Evansville. A very warm start to this month of March, but now we've just kind of got stuck in a rut here. What's happened? We've just gone back to mid-January like weather with temperatures now 3 straight days with highs in the 30s. Not pretty impressive for cold for mid-March. Not unprecedented by any means. We get cold shots like this, but it certainly is a shock to the system because we have been so spoiled with the warmth. And here comes the warmer weather. There is some warmer weather back in the forecast, so just hang in there. Really, tomorrow is our last really cold day. If you get through tomorrow and tomorrow night, we're on a better path here by Thursday afternoon, because we're going to see those winds shifting directions. We're going to get a warmer wind coming into the area, and we'll also see those clouds increasing as we're slowly getting some moisture back in the air. highs will recover into the middle 40s on Thursday. And then Friday will be a very mild day. We'll see temperatures surging with a warm front passage late or early in the day Friday, I should say. And those temperatures will peak out around 60 for the high in Evansville in the afternoon. We'll see plenty of showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, especially southwest. We'll see a cold front coming through Friday night, but the weekend looks good. We're going to clear things out, lots of sunshine. It'll be a cooler weekend, but not very cold. The coldest air will actually come down kind of north and east of here, so we'll kind of get a glancing blow of some of that colder air kind of missing our area just to the northeast. So we'll be near seasonal, just slightly below that, but a nice weekend overall, but sunshine and dry weather in the forecast. So looking at the models here, I want to briefly show you the radar first off, because this is pretty just very impressive from a meteorological standpoint. Looking at the storm system that's been pushing through the northeast today, that low pressure riding up the east coast, a pretty fast moving storm, but I tell you, this is a very robust storm system, a very strong nor'easter that has moved through. Incredible amounts of snow, between 24, 30 plus inches in many areas here in the inland areas outside of the coast where you've stayed all snow. And you see now the heavier snow is really hammering the state of Maine, and that wraparound deformation band going around New York right now. Much of the state of New York still getting hammered with that heavy snow for a while. So what a day for the Northeast. This will be a storm that they will be remembering for quite some time. The big cities did not get as much snow because of the mixing, but you go inland just a little bit, just a short distance makes all the difference between over 2 feet of snow, nearly 3 feet in some spots, to only a few inches of snow and sleet and rain. So there's a big gradient there in totals because of that strong gradient there with that low pressure track to move through. And looking at our region, you can see the snow showers out there this evening with this cold northern flow. So our effect from that storm is actually a reinforcing shot of cold air. So that's just assuring that we stay cold for a while here. And the radar kind of has the measles effect here with the scattered snow showers around out there. Most numerous over southern Illinois, you can see, and even parts of southwest Indiana got a couple good bursts of snow. But this is already starting to wind down. Now that the sun has set, it's already nighttime. We're losing that instability out there for these to kind of form. It's almost like the winter version of what we see in the summer. The sun comes out, we have the low-level instability, we have a sharp steep lapse rates in the atmosphere, steep low-level lapse rates, and that's what helps to drive these. But now with the sun setting, we're starting to see these diminish, but a decent lake effect band up there near Chicago. Looking at the short-range models, again, they're just showing here that this will wind down gradually over the next few hours. So by the time you're watching this video, it's probably already going to be out of here. We'll see gradual clearing, and we'll see those temperatures really dropping tonight with winds starting to slacken up as well. Again, we've already talked about the middle of the week looks good here for dry weather, a Canadian high pressure, very cold, dry air mass. So I know if you're like me, your skin gets very dry when it's like this. And we're going to see a warm front coming through Thursday night with some showers. We'll have to keep an eye on our temperatures initially, but I think for the most part, we're going to warm up enough to see just a rain event here on Friday as temperatures surge to around 60 for that high. We'll see a cold front coming through Friday night, and then the weekend looks dry and cooler, but the coldest air again will be aiming towards the northeast. So the northeast will see a pretty cold day Saturday, but we're going to be on the edge of that there, so we're not going to be too shabby here. I have us in the low 50s Saturday, at least in Evansville, and middle 50s or so on Sunday. So overall not bad, and it will be dry. We'll actually get a rebound in temperatures around Monday of next week. It looks like temperatures could surge well into the 60s. In fact, the models have temperatures just to our west reaching the 80s there in Missouri on Monday. So the much warmer air will probably miss us just to the west, but we'll likely still get that influence of highs probably well to the 60s at least on Monday. So I think we'll see a nice surge in those temperatures. And then we'll see another cold front coming through. Kind of like a repeat here of the Saturday system, if you will. So cold front comes through Monday night and early Tuesday with those showers in the forecast. And then we'll likely see at least a brief break in the action. We'll get some cooler but not cold air. Just some cooler air for the middle part of next week. So Tuesday and Wednesday look drier, seasonal to slightly below normal temperature-wise. And then our next storm comes at us late next week. The models have trended warmer with this one. The models were showing potential for a wintry scenario if the cold air pushes farther south, but now the models are showing a scenario here where we would actually warm up and the low would track further north. So that would mean rain and maybe some thunderstorms for our area as we get closer, but a fairly active weather pattern developing here in the longer term, so that's something we'll have to watch. Certainly as time goes on. So again, a cold weather for another couple of days, but we are going to start to see that warming trend near 60 on Friday with those showers. So we'll look forward to those warmer temperatures. Well, thank you all for tuning in to your evening update, and keep it here to Metro Weather Watch for the very latest, and have a good night.